It's Vinod.
Sure. Thank you, guys. So, in the previous session, we had a discussion related to what is fixed asset and also what is asset. Under that, we discussed what are the different types of assets we have. So, in assets, current assets and fixed assets. In fixed assets, what are the major assets of a company we discussed. So, today, let's discuss about the pending topics in the fixed asset, guys. Okay, so pending topics in the fixed assets. So first is asset, procuring of an asset, procuring of asset. So first we need to identify the asset. Okay, so first identifying the assets. After identifying the assets, we need to purchase that asset. So once asset is purchased, what are the there are two types. One is some assets are ready to use, some assets are need to get installed, and once it is installed, need to use. Okay. So if asset is ready to use, no need of booking any asset under construction to vendor account. No need of booking any entries. Directly we can book asset account to vendor account. If asset is not ready to use, we need to debit asset under construction and credit the vendor account. And credit the vendor account. Guys. Okay. So this is about the asset under construction. Okay. So normally why this asset under construction is a which type of account it is? It is a clearing account. Why they are debiting asset under construction? Because the asset is not ready to use. They need to keep all the expenses in one account and move that particular expenses to the asset account. Okay. So registering of an asset is also called as capitalization of an asset. Capitalization of asset. So once asset is ready to use, okay, they will create the once asset is ready to use, create the asset in the system, and capitalize the asset. Capitalize the asset. So what is the meaning of capitalization? Capitalization. So capitalization is nothing but, in simple words, bringing all the expenses and bringing the asset into the consideration. So till here, so understand and tell me. So if the asset is under construction, so did the asset is ready to use, guys? Is did the asset is ready to use?
No.
No. So, and once the asset is all is ready, and we need to capitalize. So if you are debiting this asset under construction, did asset shows under the assets in the balance sheet, guys? If asset is under construction, did it will show an asset to the company? No, it's still under construction. So once it is ready to use, we need to bring that into the company's assets. That process is called as capitalization of an asset. Capitalization of asset. So what are the capitalization? So it is also called as recording, sorry, recording a cost as an asset. So till asset is ready to use, all the expenses will be treated as an expenses to asset under construction. So once it is ready to use, what will cost an asset instead of treating it as an expense, treating it as an expense in the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. Okay, so that is called as capitalization. So the asset will be, see what is the company criteria. What is the criteria of asset capitalization? So if the asset is ready to capitalize, what is the different things which we has to be followed? So under that, 1 minute. Allow me 1 minute, guys. Okay. So if asset is ready to capitalize, should not blindly categorize that. Asset should be having the asset will be used for more than 1 year and 1 year. So it provides long-term economic benefits. Long-term economic benefit. So the asset will provide the long-term economic benefit. So long-term economic benefit. So this is the categorization. Okay. So what are the various expenses to be included? So while doing the asset capitalization, expenses included for asset capitalizations. Okay. See, expenses are included and expenses are not included. So asset capitalization expenses like installation charges has to be included. Okay. So asset capitalization, if any installation charges paid, that has to be included to the asset capitalization. And if any direct cost or if any transportation cost or any testing charges, all should be included in the asset capitalization, the total cost of an asset is. See, expenses included while capitalizing the asset. Using the asset, capitalizing the asset. So what are the various expenses? That is purchase price has to be considered. And here freight and transportation charges and installation and assemble charges, any import duties and consultant fees for setup. Okay, so consultant fee. So if you install a machinery, so that particular company people will come and set up the machinery, right? And they will train us. So that charges also to be included. So any testing and trial run cost, site preparation cost, site preparation cost. So these are the various expenses to be included. And expenses not included, not included while doing the capitalization. So any training cost, like once the machinery has been installed, we are providing the training. So those expenses should not be considered as a total cost of an asset guys. Okay. So administrative cost, that is admin expenses, any repairs and any repairs and maintenance, maintenance, any general operating cost, general operating cost, etc. So these are the expenses should not be included for the total cost of an asset guys. So like example C, expenses are included, transportation cost, import duties, purchase price. C, let's assume there is one asset guys. There is one asset. So what is the asset cost? Assume the machinery. Machinery cost is 1 lakh. So import duties, that is taxes, 10,000. And transport charges incurred is 10,000. And there is a consultant fees to set up that particular machinery. We paid the consultant fees of 5,000 rupees. Okay, so 5,000 rupees. So to prepare the site preparation, to install that machinery, that site is there, right? So we prepare that. So there is some expenses of 5,000 rupees. And a company paid some admin expenses, 2,000 for administration. For training on that machinery, training expenses, company paid 3,000. And any training expenses, company paid 3,000 rupees. So now tell me, what is the total cost of asset guys, as per your understanding? What is the total cost of Total
1,30,000.
cost of machinery. So is it 1 lakh or
30.
is there any other factor involved in that?
Same, same. 1,30,000.
1,30,000.
Why it is 1,20,000? Because
1,30,000.
so we need to consider machinery cost, purchase cost, import duties 1 lakh plus 1,10,000, transportation charges 1,20,000, consultant fees 5,000, site preparation fees 5,000. So the total cost of asset is 1,30,000. So do we need to consider the admin expense and traveling expenses here? Sorry, training expenses
No.
No.
No. No, sir.
not be considered. So this is to be treated as a the total that has that not to be included. Okay, that not to be included. So this is the total cost of asset is 1,30,000 guys. Okay. So in the recent many of the Accenture interviews, they're asking the two types of questions guys. Okay. So example company purchased laptop purchase for 10,000. Okay. And mouse purchase for 200 rupees. Company purchased two things. One is laptop, one is mouse. One is laptop and now one more is mouse. So why the laptop is purchased? Laptop is purchased for the company future purpose. Okay, correct. So laptop purchased and mouse purchased. So the manager is asking a question: which one will you capitalize? Which one you will not take into? So which one you will consider as an asset? Which one you will not consider as an asset? So or else both will be considered as an asset. Any expected answer, guys?
Laptop is an asset, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
did mouse is also to be considered as an asset or it is to be treated as an expenses?
Expenses.
Access.
Mouse is expenses.
Okay.
Both
Additional.
are asset.
Okay. Any other answer, please?
Laptop is asset.
Both are
Mouse is
assets.
additional accessories.
Exactly. See, as I told you, criteria of asset is the asset will be used more than 1 year and it should be providing economic benefit in the future, long-term economic benefit. That means in the future, if you sell also, that should have value. So did this mouse has the value in the future, guys?
No.
No.
Okay, so the answer is only laptop should be considered as laptop should be laptop should be considered as asset. Okay, asset. Mouse is to be treated as a accessories. Someone told mouse is to be treated as expenses. Treated as expenses. Is understood?
Yes, bro.
Is clear? Okay, and one more important thing we will discuss while depreciating is okay. So, what is the journal entry for asset capitalization? Journal entry for asset capitalization. Capitalization. Let's see if asset is ready to use, then is we will directly debit the asset account and credit the vendor account. No need of posting this separate entry. Suppose, example, we taken a machinery. The machinery need to go into a construction, like installation, everything has to be done. Then it has to ready to use. So once the ready to use, first account, what account we debited here? Asset under construction account debit to vendor account. Now we created the machinery. We created machinery account in the books of accounts. Now we need to bring that machinery into the consideration. So machinery account debit to which
Vendor.
account? AUC account. Why are we debiting AUC account? We debited the AUC account while purchasing and we moved all the expenses like that installation, everything. Now, what is the total cost of machinery? Here it will shows What is the cost of machinery? It will show guys here. 1,30,000. So here if while purchasing we debited asset under construction, now we credited. The asset under construction is a clearing account. Why they will use this clearing account? To take, like while purchasing itself, will you know what is the expenses of the site preparation? What is the expenses of consultation charges, guys? Can we able to know that? If you, while purchasing the machinery, we purchase for 1 lakh. Can you expect what is the total transportation charges, consultant fees, site preparation? Can we get the exact figure? It might increase or it might decrease. Once everything is done, once it is ready to use, we will bring all these expenses into the asset account. Yes, understand? So now what is the total cost of asset? Is it 1 lakh or 1,30,000?
1,30,000.
1,30,000. Understand guys?
Yes, bro.
Yes, understand? So this is the next stage of asset. The next stage is adjusting of an asset. Adjusting of asset. So adjusting of asset is nothing but if any defects in asset will be replaced or exchanged. So this is rare cases, and the next stage is transferring of an asset. Transferring of asset. So asset is being, like example, you purchased one asset. Assume the laptop is purchased in Infosys Bangalore location, and that laptop, there is no requirement in Bangalore. There is a requirement in Chennai location. So the asset has to move. So your asset will be moved, transferring asset from one location to another location. Transferring. This is also rare cases will happen is transfer asset from one location to another location. One location to another location. So here there are 3 types of transfers. One is upward transfer, downward transfer, extreme transfer. Extreme transfer. So what is meant by upward? Upward transfer is nothing but the transfer of asset from branch office to head office. Where it will move, guys? Branch office to head office. Downward is nothing but if the asset is moved from head office to
Branch office.
branch office, that is downwards. Okay, so extreme transfer. So what is the meaning of extreme transfer? If asset is moved from the same, like branch to branch office. Branch office to branch office. Is understand? So there are 3 types of transfers. So what are the nature of transactions we need to record if asset is moved from one location to another location? That in the next topic, there is an intercompany transfers. The transfer of the transaction between one branch to another branch, one legal entity to another legal entity. So what sort of entries to be recorded? I will explain, guys. If I explain now, it is a confusing for you. Okay. So this transferring part, I will explain the transactions in the intercompany topic. Okay. So this is about the transferring of an asset. If asset, in case if it is transferred, this stage will follows. And the next stage of an asset is depreciation of asset. Depreciation of asset. So what is the meaning of depreciation? Depreciation is nothing but decreasing in the value of asset due to its wear and tear. So decreasing in the value of asset due to its wear and tear. So, or else decrease the value of asset due to its usage. Due to its usage. Okay. So decreasing in the value of asset due to its usage for the tangible assets. Okay. So what is the formula to calculate depreciation? Formula to calculate depreciation. Formula to calculate depreciation, guys. So the formula is total cost of an asset minus total cost of asset minus scrap value divided by useful life of asset. Useful life of asset. So what is the formula to calculate the depreciation is? Very, very important technical question. What is the formula? Formula is total cost of an asset minus scrap value divided by useful life of asset. Is understand?
Yes.
Okay. So the total cost of an asset minus scrap value. So what is the journal entry for depreciation? Journal entry for depreciation. So if depreciation will be posted in two ways. When we studied, we posted depreciation account debit to asset account. Is it correct? See, now the companies will create one depreciation account debit to accumulated depreciation. Companies will post the entry in the second manner, guys, not in the first way. So what is the journal entry for depreciation? If you tell depreciation to asset account, they will tell that. Are you reading from somewhere? You should not tell that, guys. What is the entry we need to post in the real time? Depreciation account debit to accumulated. So what is this accumulated depreciation? Accumulated depreciation is a contra asset. Accumulated depreciation is a total value of depreciation charged over its useful life. Okay, so from beginning to now, what is the total value of depreciation charged over its useful life? That is called as accumulated depreciation. Okay, so total value of depreciation charged over its useful life is called as accumulated depreciation. So from beginning to till now, what is the total value of depreciation charge? That is called as depreciation. So it is a contra asset shown as credit balance in the asset account. So what is the example? See guys, one asset is purchased for 1 lakh. So what is the total cost of depreciation? 10%. So the total cost of asset is 10%. So 1 lakh minus. So example, what is the first? It is purchased over 5 years. Okay. So 2023, the asset is purchased for 1 lakh. And what is the cost of depreciation? 10%. So what is the total cost of what is the total value of depreciation on 2023? 1 lakh minus how much percentage is? 10,000. So
10%.
what is the amount? 90,000. So here what is the accumulated depreciation here?
90,000.
10,000.
Depreciation. What is the depreciation value here?
10,000.
10,000. So 2023, 2024, what is the depreciation? What is the amount of cost of asset?
90,000.
90,000 minus 10,000. So what is the total cost? 80,000.
80,000.
What is the accumulated depreciation here?
10,000.
Understand the meaning of depreciation, accumulated depreciation. What is the meaning of accumulated depreciation? Is the total value of depreciation charged over its useful life. So first year, what is the amount it has been charged?
10,000.
Second year,
10,000. 9,000.
second year, what is the amount?
20,000.
20,000.
Depreciation balance will shown in the asset is 20,000. So 2025, what is the value of asset?
80,000.
80,000 minus 10,000, and the depreciation is
30,000.
3,000.
accumulated.
70,000.
Accumulated depreciation shows is 30,000.
30,000.
Okay. So what is the differences between depreciation and accumulated depreciation? Depreciation is a monthly or according to that accounting period. It will move to the so depreciation where it will shows difference between depreciation and accumulated depreciation. Depreciation shown under profit and loss account which side, guys? Debit side. So it will move to the every month expenses. Okay, and accumulated depreciation, where it will show us accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation shows under accumulated depreciation shows under credit balance in the asset side, in asset side in balance sheet. Okay, so where it will show is asset side. Accumulated depreciation is a credit balance, where it will shows it is a profit balance sheet asset side. Depreciation, where it will shows profit and loss account debit side. Yes, understand?
Ah,
Okay, so there are two methods of calculation, two methods of depreciation. We have many methods, but most of frequent user methods they will discuss. How many methods of depreciation we have? Two methods. One is straight line method, straight line method. It is also called as SLM, and the next one is diminishing value method. It is also called as DVM. What is the next method, guys? DVM. Straight line method and diminishing value method. So in straight line method and diminishing value method, so it is called DVM SLM methods. So what is straight line method of depreciation? Straight line method of depreciation. So very important, guys. What are the two methods of depreciation calculation? Straight line method. So in this method, the value of asset is depreciated based on the purchase price with fixed percentage of depreciation, no changes in depreciation values. So this method of depreciation is called as straight line method of depreciation. In this method, the value of asset is depreciated based on the purchase price with a fixed percentage of depreciation, no changes in the depreciation values. That method is called as straight line method of depreciation. So example we discussed. So asset is purchased for how much? Assume 1 lakh, and date of purchase is 2021. Okay, so percentage of depreciation, assume it is 20% on this asset. So like the 2021, what is the total cost of asset, guys? 1 lakh minus, if it is a percentage of 20%, what is the amount?
20,000.
20,000.
So what is the value of asset? 80,000. So 2022, what is the value of asset? 80,000 minus 20,000. So is there any changes in the depreciation values here?
No,
No.
sir.
No.
This method of depreciation
80,000.
is called as straight line. So what is the accumulated depreciation as of 2022?
40.
40,000.
40,000.
40,000.
What is the accumulated depreciation,
40,000.
guys?
40,000.
So 2023, what is the value of asset? 60,000 minus 20,000. So what is the value of asset? It comes to 40,000.
40,000.
2024, what is the value of asset?
40,000.
40,000 minus
20,000.
20,000.
20,000. So 2025, the complete asset is used. What is the value of asset? It is 20,000 minus 20,000. 0. So what is the NBV of asset? What is meant by NBV? Net book value of asset. What is the net book value of asset, guys? Net book value of asset is 0.
0.
What is accumulation here?
1
1
lakh.
lakh.
1 lakh. Understand in the straight line method? Yes, understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now the next method is diminishing value method. Diminishing value method. So it is also called as DVM method. So what is meant by diminishing value method? So in this method, the value of asset is depreciated. In this method, the value of asset is depreciated based on the current year closing balance, current year opening balances with percentage of depreciation. Okay, so assume the same asset. So here the depreciation amounts will changes every accounting period. Okay, every accounting period. Depreciation values will changes every accounting period, guys. Okay, change every accounting period. So assume the total value of an asset is, the asset is purchased for how much amount? So the date of asset purchase is this, and it is purchased for 10% assume. Okay, so 10%. Okay, so 2021, what is the value of asset? It is 1 lakh minus how much amount, guys?
Minus
10,000.
10,000. Also 90,000.
This method, on which basis the percentage of depreciation will calculate?
Straight line.
So is it on 1 lakh or 90,000?
1 lakh.
Is it 1 lakh?
90,000.
So as I told you, the depreciation is calculated in the opening balance. So what is the opening balance of 2022? What is the opening balance of 2022? So
90,000.
depreciation here
9,000.
9,000. So what is 81,000? So 2023, what is the value of depreciation here?
81,000.
8,100. So what will happen? 72,900. So 2023, 2024, what is the value of depreciation here? 72,900 minus how much amount? 72,900.
Nine.
So like this, every month the depreciation amounts will be charged based on the current current month value. That is called as diminishing value method of depreciation. Diminishing value method of depreciation. Okay. So and the next year, what is the value of depreciation, guys?
65,060.
65,060. 65,610 minus 6561. So what is the value of depreciation here? What is the closing balance? 59,049. Okay, so like this, every year there is a changes in the depreciation values. That method of depreciation is called as diminishing value method of depreciation. Is understand?
Yes.
Is clear? Okay, diminishing value method of depreciation. So very two important technical questions in terms of depreciation. One is, which fixed asset will never depreciate? Which fixed asset will never depreciate? So there is one asset in fixed asset which will not depreciate ever. Is there any idea, guys?
Land.
Exactly.
Land.
Is land, guys. So did the value of land will get decreased, guys?
No,
No.
no, never.
Land is always appreciated, not depreciated.
Depreciated.
Why the land is not depreciated? Why can't we define the why can't we depreciate the land? To calculate the depreciation, what is the important thing? We need to know the useful life. Did the useful life of land is there? Can we tell that this land is useful for only 5 years?
No,
Useful life of asset, useful life of land is infinite. Infinite. Useful life of land is infinite. That means we can't define. So land will never depreciate it. And the next question, which method of depreciation will depreciate the asset more faster? Which method of depreciation will depreciate the asset more faster?
Straight line method.
It is straight line method, guys. These are all our interview questions, guys. Straight line method of depreciation. Okay, straight line method of depreciation. And the next important question, in which method of depreciation the asset will never becomes to closing balance of 0? In which method of depreciation the asset will never becomes to closing balance of 0?
Diminishing method. Diminishing line method.
Sorry,
Diminishing method.
Diminishing line method.
exactly, it is DVM method, guys. In diminishing value method, the asset will never becomes to 0. So these all are technical questions, guys. So here only, what is the meaning of depreciation is a technical question, and what is the general entry for depreciation is a technical question. How many methods of depreciation we have is a technical question, and what is the formula to calculate a depreciation is also a technical question. And these three, which asset will not depreciate ever, and which method of depreciation will depreciate more faster, and which method of depreciation the asset will never becomes to 0. It's clear? Any doubts in these technical questions? Okay, fine. So the next stage of an asset is disposal of asset. So disposal of asset is nothing but asset is either sold or removed from the company. So here we need to understand sale of asset with loss, sale of asset with profit, sale of asset with no profit, no loss, sale of asset with, sorry, dispose of asset without sale. Okay, so this we will understand. So first is sale of asset with loss. So the first is assume the asset is purchased on 2021 for how much amount? So purchase value of an asset, on 1 lakh. So date of purchase is 1st Jan 2021. Depreciation percentage is assume 10%. So 2025 asset is sold for 30,000. Guys, understand the question here? What is the value of asset is purchased next? What is the value of asset is
1 lakh.
purchased?
1
1
lakh.
lakh.
So 1st January, so 2021, what is the value of asset is purchased? 1 lakh.
1 lakh.
So assume it is a straight line method of depreciation. What is the value of asset after 2021?
90,000.
80,000. 2022, what is the value of asset?
90,000.
Minus 10,000?
80,000.
80,000. 2023, what is the value of asset?
80.
Minus 10,000?
70.
70,000. 2024, what is the value of asset?
70,000.
10,000. So what is the value of asset here? 60,000. 2025, the asset is depreciated. 60,000 minus 10,000. So what is the cost of asset here? 50,000. So what is the net book value here?
50,000.
So what is accumulated depreciation here?
50,000.
Accumulated depreciation is 50,000.
50,000.
What is the sale value of asset? Sale of asset
30,000.
30,000. Okay. So sale value minus. So to calculate the profit on asset sale, what is the formula? Sale value minus
Accumulated depreciation.
NBV. So what is the sale value here?
30,000.
50,000.
Sale value is 30,000. What is the net book value?
50,000.
50,000. Is it a loss or gain?
Loss.
Gain.
It's 20,000. Is it a loss or gain, guys?
Loss.
So the total value of asset is 50,000. What we sold? We sold for
30,000.
20,000. So 20,000 is the loss. It is in the minus loss. So if it is a loss, sale of asset with loss, journal entry. So what is the entry to be recorded if the asset is sold on loss? Okay. So what entry is to be recorded here? What is the amount we are receiving here, guys? Bank account debit, how much amount? 30,000.
30,000.
What is the accumulated depreciation till now?
50,000.
50,000. What is the loss on sale of asset?
20,000.
Loss on sale of asset account debit, 20,000. So what is the asset account? What is the amount here? Machinery account,
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
Okay.
So understand, guys? Understand?
Yes.
So same example, take it out as if the asset is sold with profit, asset is sold with profit. So understand, the asset is sold with a profit. So profit. So purchase value of an asset is this one, depreciation is this, and asset is sold for, assume 70,000. Okay, what is the value of asset is sold, guys? 70,000. So what is the net book value of asset? 50,000. Accumulated depreciation 50,000. Asset sale value is how much? 70,000.
70,000.
So what is the sale value of asset here?
70,000.
70,000. What is the net book value?
20,000.
50,000. What is the profit?
20,000.
20,000.
Profit on sale of asset is 50,000. Okay, sorry, 20,000 is the profit. So what is the journal entry to record if the sale of asset is on profit? Journal entry for asset sold on profit. Okay, so what is the journal entry? What is the amount we are receiving, guys, here? Bank account debit. How much amount? 70,000. Accumulated depreciation account debit. How much amount?
50,000.
50,000. To machinery account. How much amount? 1 lakh. To profit on sale of asset account. How much amount, guys?
20,000.
20. Is understand?
Yes.
So same asset is sold without profit or loss. That is no profit or no loss. So assume that the asset is purchased for same and asset is sold on how much amount here? 50,000. So what is the net book value of asset? 50,000. What is the sale value of asset, guys? 50,000.
50,000.
So 50,000 minus 50,000
Zero.
amount 0. Is there any profit or loss? No profit, no
No.
loss. Journal entry for asset sold without profit without profit or loss. So journal entry sold without profit or loss. So what is the journal entry here?
Bank account debt.
Bank account debtors.
Bank account debit 50,000. Accumulated
Accumulated.
Depreciation account, sir. To missionary.
50,000 to
Machine.
asset value,
Missionary account.
1 lakh. Okay, so bank account debit 50,000, accumulated depreciation account debit 50,000. Okay, so bank account debit 50,000, accumulated depreciation account debit 50,000 to asset account. Okay, so this is about the asset base. So asset is disposed without sale, So assume the asset lifespan is completed. So the asset is disposed without sale. So there is no sale here. Assume it is used for the depreciation of asset value is assume 20,000. So depreciation value is 20,000. Okay. See here, what is the value of depreciation in first year, guys? 20,000. Here it is 80,000. And what is the next year value? 60,000. What is the depreciation in every year? I'm telling 20,000. 20,000. Okay. 20,000. Okay. So here, what is the value of amount here? 40,000. 20,000. Here, what is the value of depreciation, guys, after closing balance? Zero. So the asset is the net book value of asset becomes to 0, and accumulated depreciation becomes to how much amount? 1 lakh. The 5 years lifespan is completed. There is no sale. No sale has been happened here. There is no sale has been happened. So the value of asset is 0. So in such cases, what is the entry to be what is the entry to be recorded? So we need to record accumulated depreciation account debit. Depreciation account debit. How much amount? 1 lakh to machinery account. So are we selling anything here? We are moving this asset. The asset lifespan is completed. There is no sale. As in there is a furniture in the office. No one is ready to buy. What we will throw, we will scrap it out. Understand, guys? The machinery is not ready to use. No one is ready to buy. So there is a lot of damage. So we are throwing it out. So in such cases, what is the entry? Accumulated depreciation account debit to machinery. Yes, understand?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Let's understand what is the sequence of entries to be recorded in the fixed asset collection. Sorry.
Can you say again? Can you say again this method?
So the asset value is 5 years, guys. Asset is so disposed. That means asset is thrown out without sale. There is no sale is happening. No one is interested. So if anyone is interested to buy, even it is for scrap, we will get some value. Correct? If no one is getting interested to buy that, no one is showing the interest. Even the scrap, even it is not taking out. So did we? If it is thrown out, we will get money, guys.
No.
Yes, if it, we will not get any money. So in that cases, is it a loss or gain? There is a loss. Okay. So there is no the loss is 0 because we purchased the asset for how many years?
5 years.
5 years. So the asset value every year it is depreciated. As per the book value, how much it is? 0. And accumulated depreciation is 1 lakh. So just we are debiting the accumulated depreciation and crediting the machinery account. Clear?
We have to change the numbers or near the 2021, 2022.
Same year, right? It's common.
Near 2022. 80,000 or 90,000 it will be.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Here you are.
For yeah, for thank you.
Okay, fine. Yes, understand? So this
Yes.
is about the asset is sold on loss or gain days. There is one more important thing we will discuss that in the tomorrow session. That is asset is impairment of an asset. There is a differences between asset depreciation, asset impairment. Impairment is nothing but there is some there is a differences, guys. Differences between impairment of an asset and depreciation of an asset. So that we will discuss in the tomorrow session, guys. Okay. Yes, understand?
Yes.
Okay.
But very important, most of your technical questions will come from this particular topic. So try to be ready with this, all this question and answers, guys. Okay. If you prepare that, I can say that in an interview, 20 to 25% of technical questions you can cover from this particular topic, today's topic. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.